Trever, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
With the Duergar defeated, Trever should be able to explore the rest of Grymforge in relative safety. The Grymforge gnomes that were enslaved here have been rescued. Well, most of them anyway. Beldrin didn't make it. The boots that Thola gave to Trever belonged to Sergeant Thrin. Emphasis on past tense there, they're Karlach's boots now. Nir's head has been delivered to Sovereign Spa, and we were rewarded once more with a magical amulet. Shadowheart has been very forthcoming recently. She showed Trever her earliest memory where she was saved from a wolf by Sharans and taken in to begin her training. Trever pointed out how much that looked like a Selûnite ritual, and she did not like that. In fact, she's disclosed that her greatest wish is to become a Dark Justiciar. She's so dedicated to it that when we found damaged Dark Justiciar gear on abandoned skeletons, she donned it in lieu of her previous superior gear. Trever found a journal entry speaking of an amulet of great power that also cursed the wearer with laughter. Supposedly, it's been cast into lava. Shadowheart found the remains of a bridge connecting the Underdark to a Sharan temple, but it's been destroyed, and it's too far to navigate even with magic. We will have to find another way to reach it to continue our search for the Night Song.
My faith.
I also wanted to make another quick gear change before we get started. Trever tells Shadowheart to give Falar a louve to Lae'zel and suggests she equip a pair of daggers. Her defense will suffer, but if nothing else, this will allow her to perform potion tricks using a bonus action again, and perhaps she'll get some use out of the silencing property of the Susur dagger. Meanwhile, Lae'zel is instructed to equip Falar a louve and a shield. This way, if she does find herself in melee, she can at least use a finesse weapon. Lae'zel is loath to give up her Githyanki greatsword, but she cannot argue with the utility of this decision, so she relents. She's still hanging on to that Gith sword, though. Alright, so let's start by proceeding through the rubble that the Duergar were trying to force the Rothe to break, since the other path we wish to try to explore is currently more troublesome to navigate.
What's hiding here? Might be useful. Another mask. I recognize this. American wore it. But they won't fight without a commander.
Now that we've found another Maragon mask, and we know that they fight in groups, Trever does an experiment. He gets his mask out and gives the new one to Karlach, and then they both put them on. This results in an Infernal Legion condition. While within 20 meters of another creature wearing the mask, strength increases by 1, and intelligence, wisdom, and dexterity decrease by 1 per nearby mask. Clearly, this is, overall, a bad trade. But, for the moment, it amuses Trever and Karlach, so they keep them on for a while. It does bring Trever up to a 20 strength. Just pay no mind to his mental abilities right now.
Can't slow down. Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Assume nothing.
No one's stopped me yet. With haste. Something's off. Pure shadow. Around me. Inside me. Don't mind if I do.
Trap.
Greater toughness isn't going to be something Trever will be able to break. This next part is going to require micromanaging, because the pathing in this game will run you directly into traps, even if you've already seen them.
Can't afford to stay idle. Action, not reaction. A trap, just as I expected. My faith protects me. Trap. Eager for battle.
Don't burn yourself.
And these things have stayed interesting.
It is almost, but not quite, possible to damage medium toughness if Trever drinks an elixir of the Colossus right now. His maximum damage would be 21 to reach the threshold of 22.
At the ready.
Looks like a trap there.
Looks like we can use that moving platform to get across to the other side, but let's finish checking out this side first.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
There is work to do. Trap.
Indolence breeds madness.
Attention! Marching.
No time to rest.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. Let's try this way. Best avoid that trap.
Hot foot. Place is trapped. This'll be fun.
Assume nothing. Proceeding.
There's no time to waste. Looks like a trap.
Looking ahead. Light on my feet.
No time to dally. Looks like a trap there.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Let's get on with it.
Can't give up now. Moving ahead. Watch how you go. It's a trap.
Carved from black marble, this effigy is as terrible and perfect as the Lady of Loss herself.
An idol of Shah. Shadowheart might want to see this.
The Protecti Sparks Wall is a clothing class armor with a base AC of 10 that has high spellcasting for +1 to your spell saving throw DCs, and Sparks Wall armor, meaning you get a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws as long as you have lightning charges. This is more useful to Trever than the Robes of Summer's cold resistance. The high spellcasting doesn't affect much, just vicious mockery, and any scrolls he might use. But Trever builds up lightning charges in combat, so it will actually provide him the AC and saving throw boost. Plus, I think it looks pretty good. That's important too.
Shah's blessings upon you.
Hey Shadowheart, Trever found this idol. Have it.
You thought of me. Thank you. It's beautiful.
I'll find a place of honor for it and camp. Nobody's ever given me anything before. What do I owe you in return?
Thanks is enough. Didn't cost Trever anything, he just found it lying around.
Well, in that case, thank you. I'll always think of you when I look upon it. After I think of Lady Shah, of course. I wonder... perhaps this is connected to the Dark Justiciars. This is no coincidence, I'm sure of it. I need to keep an eye out for more signs. Learn more about the Justiciars' presence in these lands. It could be important. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church.
Very well. If Trever sees anything else, he will let Shadowheart know.
Thank you. I should have known you'd be understanding.
Let's get going. Time to press ahead.
Blackets will be done.
Still alive, so that's progress. A steel mold, used in forges to cast armor and weapons.
There are a number of molds you can find in this area. They can be used to shape equipment and are tailored to a particular forge. At least these ones are. This one is for a longsword.
Breathe deep and move. No traps, please.
Trever sees another hanging platform, and it looks like it heads in the direction that we are trying to go. And over there on the outcropping there are some levers. Decent chance they'll operate the platform like the other ones did.
Eager for battle.
Very well. Anything of use? Trap. Be cautious.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
to do. Another step forward.
Those are tracks. Footprints. Where do they lead?
Blooded tracks. Quite small, too. A gnome found some trouble here.
Come, all who are weary, sleep and forget.
We can't get through that door, but from up here we can see what's on the other side. If we jump down here, who knows, maybe we can find a key that can get us back through it from within.
Prime spot for an ambush. Come on, can't stay idle.
Let's finish this.
Now this is my happy place. Count on me.
Make way. I will ascend. I will not know failure.
Need to act fast.
Blood comes easy these days.
Got to focus. Have to keep going.
Ready for another round? Want another?
Time to strike. Taste my fury.
Need to find a way forward. Wish I had a bag of holding. Tools and a thick rope. Someone climbed up from down below. All right, what now?
Blackest will be done.
No one back home will ever believe this. Never wanted the easy path. Let's have a look. Open up. For me. Cursed to put my hands on everything.
From this vantage point, Trever can see that the area we jumped down to is separate from the area just behind the door we couldn't get in. So Unless it somehow leads back there another way, we're gonna have to try again. According to the Iron Hand gnomes, somebody named Philomene was supposed to be hiding out in this room. But that person doesn't seem to be here now. Trevor's best guess? They left when they realized the Duergar were no more. This note seems to confirm that this was a hiding spot for somebody, and also points out a stash of smoke powder that we already found.
He hid from the Hell's forces, but they still got to him.
The 3 slate pieces here can be read in order to determine what was written on the single large plaque they came from. In essence, rules for abiding by Shar's command, including the keeping and tactical divesting of secrets, the periodic sacrifice of Selûnites, or certain others in cases where one isn't available, and keeping Ketheric Thorm's word as law. Alright, Trever is going to scour this chamber for what resources might still be left here. Before leaving, Trever double-checks his map to confirm the smoke powder stash mentioned in the note is the same as the one we found, and it looks like it is based on the position.
Something over there.
Trever recognizes this room. We saw it through the bars before. That big door will be locked.
The scraps of a nightfall feast.
To break bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name. A sacred rite.
Hopefully, we can find a key for it inside here somewhere. If not, we may be forced to Misty Step our way out the way we were thinking of Misty Stepping our way in. We weren't able to find the key. Now, of course we could fast travel out, but for the immersion portion of this run, I'm not allowed to fast travel unless I would be able to make it to that spot with non-magical travel and with no enemies in between. So, not until after I make my way out of this room. Misty Step it is.
In vain, via.
Shadowheart could dismiss and resummon Shovel. That would disrupt the aid the Mephit has got. Out of the things available to us, Grant Flight appears to be the most likely thing to work. Even if she can't fly through the bars, I can go into turn-based mode and I bet she could make it back out to the more open area. Is a 3rd level spell slot worth preserving the aid on a summon? Probably not. But the experiment has some value, so I go ahead and do it.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Let's get going.
Alright, now we can make our way back to the eastern catwalk and try to get behind the other locked door we can't bash down. On the way, we do a short rest, largely because 2 of us have items that grant Misty Step once per short rest.
Nice little nap.
Something good here, I hope.
It looks like our best bet is to Misty Step over there. Since only Trever and Karlach have the items that refresh per short rest, only those 2 will explore in that direction. That way, if we fail to find a key, they will still be able to escape without forcing a long rest or other additional resources.
Damn, it's good to be alive. Saddle up.
No time to rest. Swift as my feet can carry me. What's in here?
I got excited about finding a key, but this key appears to go to a Harper Stash somewhere else, that the Sharans were not able to reveal the manner of opening.
What was that watchword? Lux Splendor. But what does it mean? Let's see. Anything of use?
These are Sharan weapons. I would recognize the Night Singer's blades anywhere.
Just songs for Shar. Oh, this could be the key we need. Another mold, this one for a shield. Ah, damn. Wrong key. Well, found what that key goes to anyway.
No surrender.
Survival is all that matters. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Can't even catch my breath. Time to push my luck again.
Let's go.
I won't give in.
Another devil foil mask.
Another mask. The Maragon's leader might still be around here. Best be on my way. Always room for more.
And a small experience boost for finding the fourth devil foil mask. Now, we could put one on our entire party. Firestoker, our first enchanted hand crossbow. Unfortunately, the only difference between this and a non-magical hand crossbow is the additional 1d4 piercing damage you get if the target is already burning. Still, technically that is a strict upgrade to what Lae'zel has, since it does do something. And once again, a key that is not the one we need. Actually, there's no definitive answer as to where this key even goes to online. The best guess anyone has is the rusted gate on the trapped catwalk, where we found the idol of Shar. However, this is not confirmed. So, unable to open the gate, we short rest to refresh our Misty Step items and return to the party.
That put the wind back in my sails.
All right then.
Soldier. Easy as. An enemy!
No one's stopped me yet.
Trever hands out the new masks.
Eager for battle.
And these things have stayed interesting. Should mind my step.
Trever wants to see if it's possible to break down this door after all, now that he has more tools at his disposal. With an elixir of the Colossus,
Enough waiting.
and everybody wearing a devil foil mask,
What's next?
the maximum damage of the maul would go up to 22, which is in fact enough to break a medium toughness without bludgeoning vulnerability. So Trever drinks the elixir,
In it.
and equips the maul. And Shadowheart even casts magic weapons so he won't have to roll absolute maximum.
Is that?
This increases the odds of doing damage to something with medium toughness from 1 in 44 to 4 in 44, or 1 in 36, or approximately 2.78%. Trever swung over 100 times at the door. If it were a matter of reaching medium toughness without bludgeoning vulnerability, he very likely would have done damage at least once, but he didn't. Further research online has led me to believe that if a door or other object does not display a health bar, it is effectively invulnerable. I will have to adjust for that realization in the future, but for now, let's just move on. Trever does request the others keep their devil foil masks on for now. Shadowheart in particular objects to this, but he insists because he is greatly enjoying the 22 strength while it lasts.
All right. What now? Let's have a look. What path lies before me?
In the beginning came morning, then night. Two sisters clashed, one dark and one light.
Huh, I'll give it a shot.
And now a scimitar mold.
Indolence breeds madness.
Now that we know which levers do what, Lae'zel will test the bowshot distance. Alright, looks like she needs the longbow for this job for
One day
range.
I'll catch a break. Platforms covered in rust. Must be older than bone dust.
Assume nothing.
That's me. How much farther can I go?
A mace mold lying on the ground here.
More for me. Despite everything, what's in here?
This historical book referencing the Lady of Loss is something Shadowheart will care to read more than Trever does.
Better not be cursed.
Centuries of blazing heat have smoothed away the plaque's inscription.
If not over, then through.
Forge your blade in the fires and raise it in the mistress's name.
Another Dark Justiciar mail.
Bet that will fit in my
A
pack.
heavy armor splint mold. This note lets us know that, unfortunately, there's not much mithril left in the area.
What's hiding here?
Mechanical specs of the forge hammer, which Trever is not interested in. We already have the instructions we need to operate it. We go for this medium armor scale mold when
Bye forever, pal.
Karlach notices these hollow suits of armor don't weigh very much at all.
Incoming.
Let's end this.
Never a dull moment. Blood follows me everywhere.
I don't think Trever will ever get tired of kicking things like that.
I am fury. I am death. My path be true.
What should I do? Got to press on.
Heading out.
Can't give up.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Can't slow down.
That absolute string of bad luck resulted in this piddly armor getting another turn.
What to do? Traps, please. Have to keep going.
My dogs are barking. Can we rest?
This vein did yield a single piece of mithril ore, which, according to the instructions Trever has, will be usable once we reach the forge.
I've got a long road ahead. Best be on my way. Might be useful.
There's that medium scale mail mold we were going for when the animated armors noticed us. The Dark Justiciar mask, as opposed to the helm, simply gives a +1 bonus to intimidation. Trever will give it to Shadowheart as a keepsake. Trever sees another mithril vein, off to the left side of the stairs. Immune to fire and vulnerable to cold, which is not surprising. So after her potion trick, Shadowheart will go ahead and use Ray of Frost on one.
On the move.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Put him up.
No choice but to keep going.
Need to stay focused. Got to press on. On the move. Can't afford to let up.
This is gonna feel good.
Where do I go from here?
Focus, strike true.
Taking position.
No word.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Step forward. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Open up.
Literally just a registry of names. No interest to Trever.
Don't mind if I do.
And a second piece of mithril ore from this vein. Very nice.
This must be the forge. What a sight to behold. Can't give up now. Should mind my step.
Trever reviews the process because we have limited ore to use and he doesn't want to fuck it up. He'll start with a shield because literally any one of us could use that to see what benefits it bestows.
A perfect fit. I just need the raw materials.
And the ore. The forge lever to activate the first hammer strike.
Still breathing, despite everything. Move deep and move.
Right, we need the magma. Grym is immune to numerous forms of damage and resistant to everything else except bludgeoning, to which he is vulnerable. His adamantine skin makes him actually indestructible, unless he is superheated, such as by standing in magma. And of course he's way too heavy to throw or shove. And Grym has a legendary action, Adamantine Reverberation, which doubles its movement and grants it 10 temporary hit points once per round when struck. Upon losing those temporary hit points, a shockwave knocks nearby foes back 4 meters and deals 4d8 thunder damage. Of all the places for honor mode to end, I was not expecting that to be Grym. When I started this run and gave a description of what I meant by immersive, one of the things I covered is what I would do if the party fell. I do, after all, want to see Trevor's story through as much as I can. I do think this fight falls into the category of a string of bad luck. Between missing 7 out of 9 of the shots Lae'zel took, all at 65% or above, and thrown potions failing to affect their intended targets, and even the character AI unexpectedly pathing itself into the lava, RNG was not in our favor. And it was still close. Grym fell, but the Mephits finished us off. That being said, the fault is not entirely with the RNG. I was being a little silly with the Maragon masks, which are unequivocally a bad stat trade-off. Shadowheart's equipment loadout is suboptimal for her own personal obsession with Shar. And this fight served as a reminder that if you make suboptimal decisions, especially in honor mode, bad luck can compound itself and bite you right in the ass. However, I've decided that I do want to continue with the story. While honor mode has failed, I believe I am still on track to get a couple of other achievements I don't already have, and more to the point, I just really want to see Trever through to the end. I will, as discussed in that earlier mission description, be updating the playlist and further videos to reflect that this playthrough is no longer honor mode. And I think when you see the rematch versus Grym, you will agree that it totally should have been doable the first time around. Well, here we go.
Where do I go from here?
Trever hops the gap and attacks Grym from behind. Sucking up that reverberation for the first turn.
Got to focus. I will ascend.
Lae'zel does manage to blind it, which is pretty huge. Action surge to take advantage of the advantage right away.
My path be true. What's the plan?
Now this is my happy place.
And I want Karlach to always be Grym's target, so she'll switch to a bludgeoning weapon and then haste herself so she can still attack this round.
Still breathing, despite everything.
another round?
Survival is all that matters.
My faith will protect me.
I am fury. I am death.
Smell blood.
Now Karlach is able to use this round's bonus action to bear rage. Now that the Mephits have awakened, Lae'zel refocuses to them, prioritizing the one whose initiative splits our party's turn order.
I'm ready.
Another fight. Let's go.
Can't afford to let up.
Bye forever, pal.
Karlach uses her bonus action to drink another speed potion so she doesn't lose a turn.
Take fuel. Got to move. Need to stay focused.
And finally, we just have a couple of methods left to clean up.
Concentrate.
Let's go. There. It's done. Good.
Can't give up now. Let's have a look.
Can't afford to stay idle. Better take that.
Looking ahead. On my way. Anything use?
The Grym Skull Helm is a heavy armor helmet that grants resistance to fire damage, access to the Hunter's Mark spell, and makes the wearer immune to critical hits. I value critical hit immunity very highly, so Lae'zel equips this helmet immediately. Speaking of, it's time to let these devil foil masks go. I'll keep them in inventory for special occasions.
What to do? Need to find a way forward.
Oh right, we haven't done the second hammer strike. A moment while I get into position.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
And these things have stayed interesting. Have to keep going.
This is one of my favorite shields in the game. It's got the regular +2 armor class and the Adamantine shield trait, such that when a melee attack misses you, the attacker gains reeling for 2 turns. Reeling gives the affected entity a -1 to attack rolls per stack, so if they miss attacks a few times in a row, it can really add up. It also has Shield Bash, giving you a reaction to knock an attacker prone after they hit you with a melee attack. And, of course, the immunity to critical hits. That is such a good feature. Trever puts on this shield over the Absolute's warboard for sure. We have another Mithril ore, and would be very happy to make another shield, but Karlach is using two-handed weapons, and we want to try to protect her as our main tank. So instead we will try out this medium-scale mail mold.
shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Always room for more.
The Adamantine scale mail armor is medium armor with a base AC of 16, which already makes it very good. It has magical plate to reduce all incoming damage by 1, which is also very good, and Adamantine backlash, such that the attacker is sent reeling when they hit you, as opposed to when they miss you with the shield. And then of course the feature we were looking for the most, the immunity to critical hits. Karlach, enjoy.
Eager for battle.
And now, between the Adamantine scale mail, Adamantine shield, and Grimskull helmet, 75% of our party are no longer subject to critical hits. I really wish we could have held on to the honor mode just through this encounter, because the safety level of the party just skyrocketed. Ah well, we continue on.
To go still. Need to keep going.
So that's progress. Should mind my step.
Lava's popping. Lethal stuff.
We're out of short rest for the day, so we use up a lot of potions here.
Moving in.
We could barely catch a glimpse, but there was a lava elemental over there, so everybody will replace their elixir with one of fire resistance.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. I'll go this way.
Never a dull moment.
I wanted to get everyone here before the elemental came back around, but
There is work to do.
No wonder the lake is so treacherous, with a lava elemental fanning the flames.
Indolence breeds madness.
Immunity to fire and vulnerability to cold is no surprise here, just like those methods. I would say the main thing that actually makes the lava elemental challenging is the magmatic regeneration. 20 to 120 is a lot of hit points to regain passively each round. My preferred way of dealing with these is a bone chill style effect like the Arrow of Ilmater, preventing the target from regaining hit points at all.
Talk to me.
Never a dull moment.
Seems like the best way.
Ha! I wasn't sure the lava elemental could even be knocked prone. Best not to think too closely about punching lava with your bare fists, I suppose.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Fuck yes.
Can't give up. Not now.
Shadowheart Sanctuary's Karlach here to force the elemental to move up to where they can both attack it without setting foot in the lava.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Victory awaits.
And without letting it heal, we're able to make short work of the creature.
I've got a long road ahead.
My faith protects me.
No one back home will ever believe this. What's inside? Don't waste a step.
The Adamantine chest has no health bar, and I hadn't yet figured out that that means it cannot be destroyed. So Trever ends up taking it with him to try to break apart later. Thankfully, as I was off-screen looting the area, I was able to find a key to the Adamantine chest on a skeleton pretty much due north of this platform. The Sentient Amulet gives you access to the Shatter spell, an ability called Talk to the Sentient Amulet, and the ability to restore 2 key points once per long rest, which does not help out our party. But talking to an amulet is at least a point of curiosity.
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly, the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
Trever will take the Bardbarian option to kill the mirth.
Sheer unbridled rage floods your veins, obliterating the urge to laugh.
Thou hast done well. For what is a laugh if not one step toward madness? Thou art the one! Return me, take me home, and thou shalt glow with blessings.
Trever asks the entity if he is some kind of ghost.
A ghost? I am sunlight on water, dew on grass. Sharons broke my body, but my spirits they could not. Well, not completely. Thou shalt return me home. It is written.
That thing's tainted. Better to leave it than bear a dead man's grudges.
Trever will start by examining the amulet.
Etched on its face is an image of the dawning sun.
And let's see if Trever knows what that inscribed image means.
You recognize the symbol. It belongs to those sworn to Lathander, god of dawn and renewal. Whatever madness this spirit suffers was inflicted by Lathander's enemies, followers of Shah. And this madness may flow into you.
Alright, now let's see if Trever can determine the entity's intentions.
Beneath the rampant joy, you sense the monk's fear and sincerity. He doesn't wish to harm you, but that doesn't mean he won't.
Armed with more understanding, Trever asks to whom the amulet would like to be returned.
To my granddaughter, Shira Clarwen. Serves Ilmata, she does. She waits in Worm's Crossing. Take me there, and thou shalt bathe in her golden gifts. Oh, thou shalt be blessed indeed.
Maybe Trever will do that, if it's convenient enough, but he doesn't want to make any promises. He'll stow the amulet for now.
You feel a chuckle coming on, but it soon fades.
Nearly forgot about it, but we do have this Harper Stash marked on our map, so the party heads there.
Looks like the place the Dark Justicia's letter mentioned. But where's the stash? Left out in plain sight like that? No, the Harpers are too smart for that. That's curious.
Looks like a trap there.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Hey ho. Phew.
What am I to do? Got to keep moving.
Never a dull moment.
It looks like back in the day the Emerald Grove allied with the Harpers against Ketheric Thorm. Could be an interesting story there. Alright, may as well see what's in these other perfectly normal chests. Not too much that's notable besides resistance to all physical damage, though Lae'zel does notice that their charisma is awfully low.
On the move. I'm ready.
I should have stayed in the radius so at least they take the damage again at the start of its turn.
Blood comes easy these days. Shouldn't have made me ready.
Time to strike.
A good time for the Shriek ability to increase non-physical damage output.
Can't even catch my breath. And away I go.
Concentrate.
I will ascend.
Ready for this? Aye, aye.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
I am fury. I am death.
All right, Karlak. It's go time.
And it will definitely be time to Vendor and Long Rest once we're done looting them.
What's in here?
The Wondrous Gloves have Troubadour's Wonder for an increase of 1 to your armor class and an additional use of Bardic Inspiration if you have it. These gloves would be better for a character that focuses more on their bard side. They will not outperform the Sparkle Hands on Trever.
The cub holds out his leg, revealing a ragged wound.
Trever will attempt to inspect the wound. Roll again because 4 inspiration. Yep, may as well try to heal the injury with untrained medicine.
The wound splits open further, a fresh trickle of blood spilling out.
Looks like Trever was not meant to assist the owlbear cub.
Let's get on with it.
Shadowheart thinks it's about time for a new addition to the party. Looks like we'll have to drag the body from the cage for space reasons.
Well,
There is work to do.
She goes with the skeleton because we already have a couple of frontliners, so more ranged damage is a better fit. And since she's caster level 6, she has enough 3rd level slots to animate the skeleton, aid the party, recover 1 with her amulet, and still have a couple of 3rd level slots for the day.
I wonder what the next move is.
can't give up now.
I did last minute decide to purchase the Caustic Band, a ring which adds 2 acid damage to weapon attacks. Very expensive. Lae'zel better appreciate it. So, yeah, can't really call this series Honor Mode anymore, and that's a damn shame. But I do still want to see this story through to the end. As previously mentioned, I will change the name of the playlist to reflect that it is no longer Honor Mode upon uploading the next video. That being said, our party is finally ready to take this lift and see if it leads us towards Moonrise Towers. See you next time. Have a good one.